DeAndre Ayton on the Lakers. Steven, there's no chance that works, right?
I mean, if he doesn't want to be coached hard, because if Luka can get called out, if LeBron can get called out moments after a game has ended, moments after a season has ended, if a front office can be called out by a rookie head coach multiple times, no one is above accountability with the Los Angeles Lakers, not even JJ himself. And I think that's probably the thing that stands out most to me. This is no slight or disrespect to anybody that's coached DeAndre Ayton. I don't know if anyone's going to coach him as hard as JJ does. As far as not walking on eggshells to get to whatever point it is he's trying to get to.
Yes.
It's going to very much be live and direct. And everybody's not built to be coached that way.
No.
I don't think that's like breaking news in any capacity. So if he's going to shift and kind of adjust as an adult and be more receptive to maybe a communication that is not that hasn't proven to be the best for him, he's in as good a situation as he could be in because he's with two all-time great playmakers and someone that's immediately become one of the best X's and O's head coaches in the NBA upon his first season. So if he's willing to adjust and adapt, he couldn't have asked for a better situation to potentially net himself more money after this 2-year deal is done.
He is either going to be as good as he was during 2021 or he's going to start being benched at the end of games by December. Like there's no in between here, because between JJ Redick, between LeBron James, assuming he is still there, and between Luka Doncic, DA's personality, I've said this many times, he's one of the most like jovial, upbeat dudes I've ever covered on the beat, and I appreciate him for that. It doesn't translate well to one of the most competitive sports leagues in the world. There's a reason we're at this point where he's getting bought out by a losing team, and now he's joining a winning team, and they're getting him at a good value, $8 million a year. That's pretty great to fill the hole that they very clearly needed to fill. Ayton is going to have to fundamentally change the way he approaches his work ethic, the way he approaches the game, and the way he responds to coaching and criticism, because to this point, it hasn't been great. We saw how it ended here, playing with Monty, playing with CP3, playing with Book. We saw some of the parting jabs on both sides on the way out. Yeah. There was some real frustration there, and you could see it in Portland. I think Jason Quick wrote an article that was talking about how he was late to meetings, how his attitude and his temper tantrums in the locker room were a problem when he wasn't, when Chauncey Billups would get on him. That's going to be exacerbated under the bright lights of LA, playing for JJ Redick, playing with LeBron James and Luka Doncic, two of the highest profile athletes in the league. Like, it is 100% put up or shut up time. I don't think his time in the league is going to come to an end if this stint doesn't go well. But like, this is kind of the last opportunity for DA to prove, like, I'm still a good player. I can still contribute to a winning team in this league. And frankly, I don't know if this is a good match.
I don't think it is. I mean, it's very funny that you said in order for this to work, he has to fundamentally change how hard he works. It's like, dude, at a certain point, like, you are who you are, right? And I was a DeAndre Ayton defender when it came to drafting him. I was team draft DeAndre Ayton, right? And yes, Gerald, I know that you were team Luka. I get it. I was team give him the contract, right? Because after he manned the middle for your 2021 finals run, I was like, you don't get there without DeAndre Ayton, right? And you have to give him credit. He was absolutely incredible on that run. His skill set is immense, but the problem is the type of center that Luka needs, the type of center the Lakers need, well, that's just not who DeAndre Ayton is. Yeah, he puts up 14 and 10, but he doesn't hustle hard for the boards. He doesn't play dirty down low. He's not a rim-running lob threat. He wants to roll, and if he rolls, he wants to stop at like 12 to 15 feet out, and he wants to take a pull-up, right? He doesn't want to be a bully. He doesn't want to be the type of guy that I think is going to be the best type of partner with Luka, but he's clearly better than what they had. But by the way, if you want to get better and have the party always continue and you're watching on TV, it always continues over at gophnx.com, which means it's time for overtime. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll only be here for a couple more minutes, so make sure you hit that like button while we are still here. Beyond DA, though.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Real quick. 17 banners hanging above your head at every single home game that you play. That's it.
I mean, I don't think that motivates a guy like him.
I don't have to motivate you, but that accountability that comes with it is gonna either ascend and make you raise your level of play, or you're gonna succumb to the pressure of that. especially for that franchise. All they know is winning. And all they know is all-time great after all-time great after all-time great after all-time great at that position in particular. Like, you could get away with being a little more inconsistent in other situations, but with the Lakers, for the winning and for the position he's playing, non-negotiables. If you're choosing there, you didn't get traded there. You chose to go there. You could have went elsewhere and probably got similar, if not more money, because of cap space that other teams have.
Yeah, I think for him, like, all he has to do is just do the things that they need him to do. And that's what we were saying here in Phoenix as well. All he had to do was be that defensive anchor, be the switchable big, be a good rebounder, be locked in with his rim dives and his screen setting. He wanted to do more. He wanted to shoot threes. He wanted to shoot middies. He wanted to have an expanded role on offense despite not having the skill set for it. In LA, playing with Luka and LeBron and JJ Redick, hopefully the pedigree of those players and coaches will be able to kind of ground him and get him to realize, okay, this is all I need to do here, and I will succeed, and we will succeed. But if he's not bought into that, like I said, this is going to implode by December, and he's not going to be closing games, and we're going to be hearing rumbles about how disjointed the locker room is, and maybe LeBron James is forcing his way out by February, because if he was looking at this offseason as like, let's see what our team does, bringing in the guy who might be his biggest headache this season is an interesting way to go about that, even if he fills some holes for you.
We all silly like the mayor.